Express yourself. You need to learn how to express yourself. God's lovely day to you, and welcome to Qurious, this podcast. I am your host, Qurious. So for the next 30 minutes, 15 minutes, or whenever I decide to stop, enjoy yourself. And while you're doing that, take your shoes off and relax. Something about, having your feet aired out. Your feet does a lot for you. So just go ahead and do that for me, okay? Now, I will be awakening your spirit man. Now, what is your spirit man? That's something that keeps you alive. That's something that keeps you going. And it helps you along your journey. And then also your mind. In the military, they used to say, where your mind go, your ass to go. And so we want your booty to follow where your mind is going. Is that all right? And guess what? You need to learn how to be teachable. The word says it's nothing worse than a old fool. Now I'm seasoned, and thank God I'm no longer an old fool. I used to be a heathen too, but thank the Lord I'm not an old fool. Now, I didn't call you the old fool. The word is, so don't get mad at me. And no, I didn't take my medication. I don't know what that is. And I always tell people, if you happen to find out what that is, go ahead and prescribe something for me. It may feel good. It may help me do what I'm doing on today. Thank you for tuning in to Qurious podcast. Now, my subject today is leadership. What is leadership? Everybody wants to lead. But as quiet as it's kept, no, I didn't want to be a leader. A leader is only as strong as the person or the people that they have around them. And the reason why we have a lot of weak leaders, because they don't have strong people around them. I have maybe one or two people that's strong, that's around me, that can help hold my arms up. I can't be hanging out with scary people. And why is that? Scary people get you killed out here in the jungle. See, when I go out, I'm in this universe. And you can't play when you're in the universe. I call it the jungle. Because sometimes the animals, they get loose. And so you got to know how to tame them back in. But not too many people play with me, because when I go out there, I'm equipped for my assignment. So you can run up on me if you want to. I have a two-edged sword. I'll bring that in a little later on so y'all can see what my two-edged sword look like. But I slice and dice. You don't play with me. I'm just saying. And I just want to pause right here, because without this person in my life, his name is KR. I'm going to give you a shout out right now. KR with Soul Radio Coast to Coast. This gentleman helped put me where I am today. You cannot be a leader and do all of this by yourself. It's just not going to work. And the other lady that has me looking good, her name is Cat Saab, putting a shout out, coming from New Jersey. She got that website looking like $1 zillion. So it's my show and I can do whatever I want. Go take a peek. QuriousOnline.com. That's QURIOUS online.com. Now let me tell you something about the essence of leadership. Now, to be worthy of people that you want to follow you, you can't just have talent and a title. Don't nobody care about your talent and your title. When you're a leader, you really have to care about people. And see, I love people. Anybody that know, I'm a hugger too. I'll hug you in my armpits and everything. I just love people. So I don't have a problem with people wanting to follow me. And not only that, when I share information with people, it's on point. I don't talk just to be talking. I think Bobby Womack said it back in the day. You shouldn't be talking if you don't have nothing to say. So when I'm talking, it's to help you. Okay? Now, I want to make a key point. When you're a leader, you got to go first. And so I'm going first today. So I talked earlier about a vision. And so when you're a leader, you have to go first. And when you go first, then people will follow you. Ain't nobody going to follow you if you want them to go first and you go last. People, that's not going to work. You got to jump out into the deep. I mentioned in one of my tapes on Facebook. I brought a life jacket. And so when I go out into the deep, you understand me, I need other people out there in the deep. Now I know some people out there over in the shallow part, and it's okay. But eventually you're going to come out there to where I am, because I don't want to be out there in the kitty part, okay? Now I started out like that, but I'm in the deep right now, and I'm getting ready to get me a surfing board so I can coast. See, when you go out in the deep and you got that life jacket on, you got to tread water. I don't feel like treading right about right now. I want to coast. But you, as a leader, you have to go first. Stop making the people go first. It's not good. Our leaders out here, y'all looking bad. Why are you looking like that? You want me to follow you? Well, I got my own podcast, and I can set the record straight. The word says, anything sounds right until you set the record straight. So I'm here to set the record straight. And the second most important thing is, when you are a leader, you got to take other people with you. Now, see, the reason why leaders don't want to take other people with them, because they selfish. They want all eyes on them. No, if I have people and I can instill some wisdom, knowledge, information into them, oh, I'm going to put you to work. I don't want to be the only one in the front, okay? Because eventually you have to pass that baton. Now, I used to be a track star. And when you're running a race, okay, you got to learn how to pass the baton. And leaders, some of them, we don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. I don't have a problem with it. I'm going to pass that baton. I have grandchildren that's following behind me. So I have to make sure that I'm on point and that they want to follow, as my one grandson will call me Nana. I need to make sure that one of my grandchildren wants to follow in my footsteps. It's very, very vital. Okay. And the other thing is, you have to know why you're leading. Do you know why you're leading? Because most people don't know why they're leading. Most people lead because they just want that money. Again, money will make you move. But it's not all about that. When you're in leadership, the world is in chaos right now. Okay? And people come to me for guidance. They come to me for help. And it's a mighty beautiful thing. No, I don't know everything. And no, I'm just a regular person. But check this out. The Lord uses peculiar people. He uses unusual people. So this is my season. And so I have stepped into my role as a leader, whether I like it or not. Now, let me share this with you. If you don't do what the Lord said, he'll beat you up. And I've been beat up by the Lord before. It didn't feel good. So I have to do what I have to do. If he want me to lead, I'm going to go ahead and lead. And you should do the same thing too. What qualifies you as a leader is when the Lord calls you and equip you. Man can't do it. And that's why he's failing. And that's why he don't look good, because he called himself. When the Lord calls you, he's going to equip you. And check this out. He doesn't call the qualified. He calls the unqualified. Okay. And so I kind of felt like Paul, he over there stuttering and carrying on. It's okay, because I'm human. I'm natural. I'm transparent. And this is what draws people unto you. Okay. If I was perfect, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be in a yacht somewhere in a Mediterranean. I'm just saying, people, it is what it is. And so I would like to say this to you. If you have a leader, get behind your leader. Get behind your leader. Somebody has to be the trailblazer. And if you ain't a trailblazer, you understand me, you need to get behind somebody that is a trailblazer. And why is that? Because they'll pull you up. Well, they're supposed to pull you up. When they come up, they'll help pull you up. And so you need to be able to do your thing as a leader. I'm looking down at my notes because the Holy Spirit is kicking in. And it's kicking in because nobody wants to take anybody with them. I'm here today on this podcast, Qurious Podcast. I want to take people with me. And if you come along with me, we all can eat. That's a saying out in the street. We all can eat. I need you to go to QuriousOnline.com. That's QURIOUS online.com. Okay? And be a blessing. Why should I be a blessing, Qurious? Because I'm blessed to be a blessing. And anybody that knows me, I'm a giver. And so I release those dead presidents. But in order for me to continue and do what I need to do out here in the jungle, I need some help. So if you don't mind helping, if I have said anything to awaken up your dead, dormant spirit, man, please help me. And not only that, I'm going to go ahead and say it. You know that Social Security check ain't enough. You know it's not enough. I need some help. But if you don't help me, I don't mind working. Now, I need you to look like that money. When you look like that money, things come to you. I need you to talk like that money. The word says a leader. When you're a leader, you're persuasive in your speech. And when you're persuasive in your speech, you'll have people doing what you need for them to do. You need to walk like that money. Why do you need to walk like that money? Try it for yourself. I'll talk about that one later. And you need to learn how to I ain't take my medication. I keep telling you. Smell that money. Money help you do a lot of things. And I just want to leave this with you. Move in purpose. Understand why you're moving in purpose. It's very vital in this season. And be a blessing to someone else. Thank you for tuning in to my podcast, Qurious podcast. Peace out.